Hey guys, today I'll be test driving Polestar 4. So yeah, obviously this is the single motor long range model. So the first impressions when driving it, the range is very good. I was very impressed with that. 300 miles range on 80% charge. So it's about 360 miles range when you think about it. It is definitely subliminal. That's sort of Tesla battery sort of range, which is really good. But yeah, it is definitely a different way of driving. Obviously you've got the 11 different cameras around the car, all individually placed, with 2 at the front, 3 at the rear, and 3 on each door or sort of wing panel on each side. You've got 2 on each mirror basically, and 1 on each wing, to make up a total of 11 cameras, which is quite advanced. And with no rear window, it is a bit of a different way of driving, especially not having that visibility. But the camera is very on demand. Despite that, the camera sort of comes on. It's got all the ultrasonic sensors around the car which detect moving objects and stuff and their distances. So it is quite good, the indicator and stuff. This one's got a pilot pack even, so it's got the adaptive self-driving cruise control, which is quite good for autonomous cruise. And yeah, you've sort of got a very advanced camera system, with the camera basically coming up most of the time. Sometimes it doesn't come up at high speeds, but basically as a substitute for the rear view sort of window or the mirror, you've got this electric or sort of digital mirror here, which effectively you can just flick down and you can basically see into the back as well, but there's nothing there. You can just see my phone there basically. But yeah, you can also adjust that as well. You can raise and lower it and adjust the brightness, which is quite good. And yeah, so yeah, you can just basically make it a little bit brighter. And yeah, it's quite good. Obviously the touchscreen is quite nice. You've got this car's equipped with an Nappa leather, as I shown in the review, and it's got multi-massage function seats, which is really nice. Only the Nappa leather cars get this feature, so it's worth a premium getting the Nappa leather cars. And yeah, it's just overall a very different way of driving. It still feels like a normal car, but you do sort of look over your shoulder sometimes, which is a bit funny. Just it's sort of just self-conscious really. But the mirrors are quite wide, they're quite concaved, so you can see quite wide around the corner. And yeah, you've got blind spot assist and stuff. There's a lot of safety features in place to sort of deter you from crashing or anything, or hitting any objects. And the camera system is very precise. Like when you actually park and stuff, the camera shows you how many yards it is until you hit an object, and it's like, it's just really advanced. They haven't done a lazy job of it, just taking out the rear window and that's it. But the main benefit of not having that feature is, you've got this very large panoramic roof going along the back without a blind. You've got extra headroom, and the designers have had a bit more to play with, a bit more room and metal to shape and carve to make this really cool futuristic design. And it is definitely a head turn. When someone's behind you, you're just thinking like, do they think this is from a future or something? It is just like, it is crazy, honestly. And this one's got plenty of power. With a range, it's really good. You're getting a very good cruiser with massage seats and a high range. And with combo charging, you do obviously get very rapid charging capabilities with the car, and a very advanced Google operating system touchscreen, which is very responsive. And yeah, uses the same processor as the Polestar 2. And yeah, you can have a full screen navigation system, which is just like, it's sort of Tesla. And in some respect, driving it, you do have all your controls and functions, which is, I find a little bit annoying, to be honest. But you do have your map display, but yeah, you have to adjust the mirrors, the heads-up display, which I would expect, but also the steering column through the dashboard. So you have to press the button in and out, just like a Tesla. And your wipers are a bit interesting. You've just got this infinite scrolling rotary wheel on here. So you just flick it up once for auto, turn it again for 1 time, and then turn it again for 3 times. But yeah, auto's nice. I mean, if you push it in, you just get wiper, washer. But yeah, it's very unusual not having a rear wiper or a rear window. Sometimes cars without rear wipers I find a bit strange, you know, you're just trying to clean it, or you know, but it does look very nice. I will give it that. It does look very futuristic, and you just honestly, you don't know what it is when you sort of look at it. There you go, you've got the camera going off again. I'll just see it for yards. So you've got a 360 view. This is sort of a generic car with like the performance wheels, and it's like in magnesium sort of colour or space. Yeah. But yeah, it does have that vibration, very strange feature. You know, that's basically lane keeping assist and intervention. And yeah, even the camera, I think at the back actually is adaptive. I think the camera at the rear actually moves when you turn the steering wheel, which is quite interesting, I've just noticed. So yeah, it's quite a complex little system. I can't imagine if any of this goes wrong, but obviously this car's in warranty, so I'd imagine the cameras all around are just as reliable as normal cameras. As long as the wiring looms are, you know, well connected and stuff, then you know they should be fairly reliable, the camera system. But yeah, ultrasonic cameras, it's very advanced tech. Polestar thinking ahead, and yeah, from the touchscreen you do have some interesting functions. Obviously Polestar named their colours after like planets or weathers or even metals. They sort of like name them after anything really, like substances. It is very yeah, it's very funny. Like if you look on ambience here, they have like all the different planets with their like temperature and yeah, how many hours are in the day. Like Mercury's got 1400 hours. I'd never know that. But yeah, quite funny. You have Earth, so it is yeah. And the heads-up display is very clear as well. You've got junction and also physical speed limit displays along with your actual speed, which is quite cool. But yeah, if you look at our planet here, Earth, it's 15 degrees and it's 24 hours long, so it is a bit strange. Yeah, you've got your gravitational magnetic field, 9.8 newtons. Yeah, just very interesting. Obviously the colours, like I said, this one's finished in storm, which is again a weather. It's the dark gunmetal grey. Midnight is black. Space is I think like white, same as magnesium. It's sort of like a white powdery primer grey. Just very interesting colours. Midnight is blue. So yeah, just, you know, it is very interesting. You've got yeah, just Polestar being very quirky with that, and sort of orientated towards space and futurism, whereas Volvo is sort of in the dealing of a few electric car models, but Volvo's sort of more of a conventional petrol models, with all the Polestar models being full electric battery operated cars. So yeah, you've obviously got a Polestar 1, 2, 3 and 4, and the 5 and 6 are coming out, the 5 of which will be a saloon, the 6 will be a convertible, and the 1 is actually a coupe, but it's very expensive. It's a very exclusive car which they stopped making already. And yeah, the 2 is just another mid-size small saloon, sort of in the same size as a V90 or a yeah, a V90 or a V60-esque. And then yeah, the Polestar 3 is sort of similar to the 4, except it does have a rear window, but it's more of like a SAV, sort of like sports activity looking vehicle car. It looks like sort of a Warthog or a Hummer. It's like a quite cool looking car. The 3, it's more of like an adventurous active vehicle, but the 4 is more for luxurious. You know, you've got electric reclining rear seats with this control panel down here, and yeah, just a lot of interesting things. It's very executive feeling, whilst being futuristic as well, which is quite cool. But you know, I guess we're getting to the day and age where everything is basically controlled by a screen or a computer and AI. You've got your glove box, electronic glove box with your passcode on here, and wireless phone charging, and your wipers, and your headlight controls. The headlight controls of which are actually on here, but automatic headlights, which is quite nice. And you you've got a physical indicator and your LiDAR sensor for adaptive autonomous cruise. The simplest way to use that is, you've got physical buttons here which keeps your speeds, which is quite nice, and it does drive itself, and it's got a steering logo on the HUD, which is quite good. But yeah, it does get confused around corners or when there's no lane tracking aids. But overall, basically drives in a straight line itself on the motorway, which is quite nice, or even on normal